Before I read this, I want to say that I by no means am a scholar. I went to college for 3 years, got about 6 credits, so I'm just happy to be in a college setting. But it seems like every time the subject of Guantanamo is brought up, friends, really freak out about it. But I think that with Guantanamo, it's the elephant in the room. It doesn't matter if you're right, left, Republican, Democratic, atheist, whatever. That is a human problem. And that there are innocent people that are in Guantanamo that have been proven to be innocent, and that bullshit has to stop. So that's all I wanted to say before I begin. And now that I've used profanity, the scholars are going to beat me up with an iPad. All right, so this is by Samir Naji Al-Hassan Mokbel, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. One man here just weighs 77 pounds, another 98. Last thing I knew, I weighed 132, but that was a month ago. I was on a hunger strike since February 10th and have lost well over 30 pounds. I will not eat until they restore my dignity. I've been detained at Guantanamo for 11 years and 3 months. I've never been charged with any crime. I've never even received a trial. I could have been home years ago. No one seriously thinks that I'm a threat, but still I am here. Years ago, the military said I was a guard for Osama bin Laden. But this is nonsense, like something out of the American movies I used to watch. They don't even seem to believe it anymore, but they don't seem to care how long I sit here either. Now, when I was home at Yemen in 2000, a childhood friend told me that in Afghanistan, I could do better than the $50 a month I earned in the factory and support my family. I never really traveled and knew nothing about Afghanistan, but I gave it a try. I was wrong to trust them. For there was no work. I wanted to leave, but I had no money to fly home. After the American invasion in 2001, I fled to Pakistan like everyone else. The Pakistanis arrested me, and when I asked to see someone from the Yemeni embassy, I was then sent to Kandahar and put on the first plane to get home. Last month, on March 15th, I was sick in the prison hospital and refused to be fed. A team from the ERF, the Extreme Reaction Force, a squad of 8 military police officers in riot gear, burst in. They tied my hands and feet to the bed. They forcibly inserted an IV into my hand. I spent 26 hours in this state, tied to the bed. During this time, I was not permitted to go to the toilet. They inserted a catheter which was painful, degrading, and unnecessary. I was not even permitted to pray. Not one namas. I will never forget the first time they passed the feeding tube up my nose. I can't describe how painful it is to be force-fed this way. As it was thrust in, it made me feel like throwing up. I wanted to vomit, but I couldn't. There was agony in my chest, throat, and stomach. I had never experienced such pain before. I would not wish this cruel punishment upon anyone. I'm still being force-fed. 2 times a day, they tie me to a chair in my cell, my arms, legs, and hands. My head is strapped down. I never know when they will come. Sometimes they come during the night as late as 11 p.m. when I'm sleeping. There are so many of us on hunger strike now that there aren't enough qualified medical staff members to carry out the force feedings. Nothing is happening at regular intervals. They are feeding people around the clock just to keep up. When they come to force me into the chair, if I refuse to be tied up, they call the ERF team. So I have a choice. Either I can exercise my right to protest my detention or be beaten up, or I can submit to painful force feeding. The only reason I'm still here is that President Obama refuses to send any detainees back to Yemen. This makes no sense. I'm a human being, not a passport, and I deserve to be treated like one. I do not want to die here, but will President Obama and Yemen's president do something? That is what I risk every day. Where is my government? I will submit to any security measures they want in order to go home, even though they are totally unnecessary. I will agree to do whatever it takes in order to be free. I am now 35. All I want is to see my family again and to start a family of my own. The situation is desperate now. All of the detainees are suffering deeply. At least 40 people here are on a hunger strike. People are fainting with exhaustion every day. I have vomited blood, and there is no end in sight to our imprisonment. Denying ourselves food and risking death every day is a choice we have made. I just hope that because of the pain we are suffering, in the eyes of the world, we will once again, look to Guantanamo before it is too late. Thank you.